The Demogorgon, closed head. Okay, so closed kind of flower head. Let's go. Landscape page, pencil and eraser for these always. You can always do ink on top afterwards. Take your time, try, have fun. Center point of my page about here. I'm going to put the head up in the corner. We're in 3/4 pose. Just because I looked at him like straight on and it's kind of boring looking. So you get more of a sense of what the shapes are like when he's looking sort of to the side. Let's just go for it, I think. All right, so we'll try and get the shape for the head generally. Right, so we'll go just starting about the middle, right? Bump it around. And you want it to be kind of bumpy because he is sort of a scaly kind of thing. Right, we'll go around. Right, and like the center point for like where the flowers cross will be over here somewhere. So this is like the back of the head. Okay, so we have one main sort of flap going across here, right? So we'll try to get that one in. So like comes around here, comes down the front. So we'll go down to here, right? And then this will like come back this way, up and down, back up. It curves in like that and it becomes like, joins like part of his head. Just there. The next one, like comes in underneath, right? So goes around up to this point again. About here, right? It goes underneath this one, right? So there's another one here. Which curves down around the back of the head and then comes down underneath here, and the neck sort of comes out from here, right? So what I'm going to do, so it goes in there, I'm just going to put this in shadow, right? So we'll go black inside here. So this is like the inside of this petal. Imagine it's like opening or something. There's lots of texture on this, but we'll just draw all the shapes in first. So he has 4, right? So we need another one back here. Okay, so these are our main petal shapes. Right, we'll get the body in and then we'll add texture to the head. So the skull sort of comes down here, right? And it's got like some more sort of jaw lines or something going that way. And then our neck sort of curves that way. Of course, lots of texture on this as well. And like the back of it, say there. Trapezius is quite high up, like touching the head nearly just here. On the other side here. So we're in 3/4 pose. So that means the body's turned away from us. So this side of the body is much smaller than this side. So say like the center line for the chest is like a bumpy line just here. So that's our center line going that way. So this side is much smaller than this side, about half the size of the body on this side. You know, so the shoulder will come down here. So coming from this center line, we have the collarbones. And they're quite, you know, they look like bones, right, really. There's very little fat or skin on them or anything. So it just goes this way. And it kind of joins the shoulder muscles a little bit. So it's got these sort of gaps, right? And like so. And the top of it will go back down there. And then the other collarbone goes towards the shoulder on this side. Your collarbone always goes towards shoulder. It's a good thing to remember. Again, it kind of becomes part of the shoulder a little bit, and then we go back around here. Okay, so you'll see now this collarbone is about half the size of this one, or 3/4 the size, because we're in 3/4 pose. So then our shoulder muscles, it's kind of like a love heart sort of shape, right? See that? And then we got a bicep going down that way, and a tricep real skinny sort of going down there. So ribs and chest muscles and all that kind of stuff. So chest muscle goes into the armpit sort of here. And then we got another sort of rib line or something that way, and some ribs coming down here. Chest muscles on this side. So again, this side is much skinnier than this. So this, say that's the pectoral muscle, right? That's what it's called. So this is twice the size of this one. So this pec goes to there. Chest muscle goes to there. Right? It's real small. About half the size, see? 1, 2. And then this has like all bumping sort of chest lines and stuff on it here as well. Shoulder on this side, again, this kind of love heart shape, but smaller. Smaller than this one, see? And then the arm goes down there. Bicep and stuff. You can see some rib lines or something there. So, textures now. This is what really makes the difference on drawings like this. And before I do, so just look again, this is about half the size of this whole width. So like there to there, edge of his arm to the center line for the chest. Here is about half the size of this space, right? Because we're in 3/4. So that's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Now it depends on how much they're turned and everything, but in this one, it's about that. Okay, it's a rule of thumb. So, texture lines, right? So we got to add like lots of these sort of texture lines and stuff on them. And you can kind of do as much of this now as you want. So just going all over, and you're generally sort of following, you know, the shape of each flower petal, the curvature of it, curving around into the head, dots and scratches and all sorts of stuff as well. And you can thicken up the outside lines. That really makes the texture lines look just a bit thinner, more like texture. So if you thicken up the main parts outside, just a little tip, that helps. Okay, and then more on the neck, right? So lots of these sort of neck lines, trapezius lines, and stuff coming down his neck, right? And then we keep going, so we do more down the shoulder. And then kind of down the arm here as well. Across the chest. These all go in towards the armpit area. And then the ribs as well, sort of. Going down like so. And then some more that way. And once you have all your textures done, you can add heavier lines. Right, and depending how much of that you want to do, you know, you can make some lines thicker, keep some thinner. It's kind of up to you, really. Maybe a little bit of drool or something coming down from here. Where? We'll go like here. Like a drip. Okay, but that's it. How to draw the Demogorgon with its mouth and head closed. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye. Okay, bye. I could keep going forever. I swear I'm stopping. Okay, bye. Done. Bye.